Guys, I just finished eating a huge dinner, and let me tell you, my stomach is so full that if I tried shooting a 3 right now, I might just collapse onto the court and get a new nickname like Sleepy 3 or something. Anyway, while I was eating, I was watching the Jazz and the 76ers game, and man, Joel Embiid with the three-pointer at the end of regulation, man, oh man. I actually had a friendly bet with a friend that the 76ers were going to take it away, and although I was too full for a Michael Jordan fist pump cheer, both my eyes and my mouth were grinning, and that was enough to infuriate my friend a little. Man, I love sports. Anyways, after I was done, I was browsing YouTube and watching some more Jeremy Lin Santa Cruz Warriors highlights, and then I wondered, why the heck is this dude not in the NBA? Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And, like the candle dude in Beauty and the Beast says, be our guest. So on to our topic today, Jeremy Lin. Where do I even begin with Jeremy Lin? Okay, so I have like 5 points, I think, on why the Warriors need to acquire Lin ASAP, so let's get right down to it. The number one point, which fits into Joe Lacob's philosophy of winning, is that the man can flat out ball. So get this, he's playing in the G League today, and he's actually doing better than he was 10 years ago when he first played in the G League. Points, assists, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throw percentages. Jeremy Lin is doing better in each of these categories compared with his 2011 when he played with the Reno Bighorns. That's pretty amazing considering some people saying this guy can't play anymore, that he's too old. And no, he's not too old. He's 32. He's the same age as the man who's carrying the Warriors right now, Stephen Curry. Point number 2, he was an all-star player last year in the CBA where he dropped 41 points. I know the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, isn't quite at the level the NBA is at, but they're still one of the top-tier leagues in the world outside of the NBA. Jeremy Lin was a part of the CBA last season where he played with the Beijing Ducks, and he was actually one of the finalists for Defensive Player of the Year. So not only could this guy put the ball in the basket, he could hold his weight on the defensive side as well. His stat line for the year was about 22 points per game, along with 6 boards and 6 assists. This year, he's playing with the Santa Cruz Warriors and is averaging just about 19 points per game, along with 7 assists, while shooting it at 49% from the floor and 43% from beyond the arc. Man, I know it's the G League and not the NBA, but he's putting up some solid numbers. So for the people that say this man can't play anymore, what do you even mean? Sure, he might be a little injury prone, but he's still currently playing right now, and playing pretty damn good if you ask me. And also, really anything is better than Brad Wanamaker's 22% three-point percentage. Dang, was that a bit too cold, guys? I'm generally a nice guy and I don't like to bash people, and in Wanamaker's defense, I'm sure he is a great dude. He put up decent numbers last year when he was part of the Boston Celtics, but for some reason that I cannot explain at all, it's just not clicking for him and the Warriors after half this year's season. If Lin could come in and fill the spot for Wanamaker, he'd be playing about 15 minutes per game, and if he can chip in like 5 to 10 points per game with a few assists while shooting over 40% from beyond the arc, then I say, hey, we've got something here. We've got something here. We've got something here. That's usually what I tell my friends when I bring burritos over for game nights. Anyway, Jeremy Lin can put the ball in the basket, and he can play both sides of the court, and if the Warriors only utilize him for 15 minutes per night, that help out a lot with preventing injuries as well. Some people say the Warriors got Nico Mannion and Jordan Poole now, and they don't need another player at that position, and you may or may not be correct. Sure, these players are both younger, but did you know that during their time together playing in the G League, Lin beat them in three-point shooting percentages and assists? He was also pretty much tied with Poole at field goal percentage at 55, so if you need a player to fill in just 15 minutes per game and be efficient, I don't know if the other two are better options right now, guys. I just don't know. There have been reports as well that if Jay Lin doesn't get signed to an NBA team, he would be one of the top point guard prospects for CSKA Moscow, which is a team in Russia's top-tier basketball league. On another note, God, guys, as I'm making this video, my stomach is so full. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm on the brink of exploding here, for Pete's sake. Anyways, back to the ball game. Another point that isn't talked about enough and isn't on the stat sheet is energy. Let's face it, guys, about 15 of the 30 leagues currently are allowed audiences back in the arena, and it's just a matter of time before fans will be allowed back into the Chase Center. Imagine all the energy that Jeremy Lin would provide coming off the bench, and if he gets it going, all that positive energy and momentum can swing games around. So guys, I'm a bit confused. Here we have a player who can play offense and defense. Here we got a player who is a starter in other top tier leagues around the world, and yet he's not good enough to make a bench? Man, just like quantum physics, some things just don't make sense to me. The Warriors could use his three-point shooting. I mean, anything over 40% is pretty solid, and even if he dips to around 37, 38%, that's still better than 22%. He can distribute the ball decently, fit in well with Kerr's small ball system, and just be a solid contributor coming off the bench. Something tells me, too, that Linsanity isn't quite over yet. Something tells me that here and there, Lin can come off the bench, get hot, then the energy just gets infectious with the whole team. And that's the last thing other teams are going to want. For the Warriors to be filled with energy, because let's face it, the small ball system requires all 5 players to play in sync, and a lack of energy can disrupt the flow that goes into all the screening, backdoor cuts, pick and rolls. When the small ball system is thriving in a game, and when you have Steph Curry in the game, it becomes a whole nother ball game. And let me tell you guys, it's not just me who feels this way about Jeremy Lin. Let's take a look at what basketball fans around the world are saying about Jeremy Lin at this point. Jeremy Lin can lead a team. He gets everyone involved in the game. Everyone played well when Lin controlled the ball. 110% belong on an NBA roster, period. More consistent than Andrew Wiggins, LOL. Dude way better than Wanamaker. They gotta sign Lin. He has a ring. He has been part of a championship team. Such a great fit for a team with so many young players. I had floor seats one night when Lin played in Houston. I went to use the bathroom before the start of the game. Who walks in and takes the stall next to me? Jeremy Lin. I shared a restroom with Lin. We're practically brothers at this point. Lastly, from a business perspective, it's a great move for the Warriors. If Lin is acquired and shows flashes of Linsanity, Dub's jersey sales are going to skyrocket. And I'm sure with all that luxury tax that Joe Lacob is paying this season, it doesn't hurt to have more merchandise sales, plus more eyeballs from all over the world watching Warriors games. I mean, with Steph Curry already being a huge sell, game after game, adding in someone who can contribute on the floor, plus attract audiences from all over Asia, has to be a plus for the Warriors and the NBA overall. I could go on and on about this, but I gotta wake up early in the morning to go practice some hoops. I'm working on my game a lot these days to get ready for Rec League once restrictions lift. Just got a new pair of Curry 8s. I love them so far. I just seem to be able to shoot threes better with them on.